Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to discuss the answers of set D. These are the answers of the social science question paper of 2025 to 2026. Now I'm going to discuss the social science question paper answers of set D. Shall we start? Let's start. These questions will be asked for 5 marks. When there is a question of 5 marks, try to write at least 4 or 5 points. If you write 5 points, it's well and good. This section comprises of 20 marks. Let us discuss the answers of these questions. This is the question paper of set 1. 30th question A. Analyze the significance of the Napoleon Code in the making of administrative system rational and efficient. The second part of the question is there is an option between part A as well as part B. The question of part B is how was liberalism allied to the national unity in Europe in the early decades of the 19th century? Analyze. Now let us discuss the answers. As I told you much before, the answers should be crisp, precise, and to the point. Don't beat around the bushes. If you fill pages, don't think that you are going to score high marks. History, civics, geography, and economics are not about writing whatever that you feel like. You have to write the accurate points. If you want to learn, keep the key points in your mind, register the key points. Using the key points, you will be able to write the answers easily. Let us discuss the answer of 30th question. Analyze the significance of Napoleonic code in making the administrative system rational and efficient. The answer is as follows. So the point 1, the first point will be written like this. The Napoleonic Code of 1804 introduced several revolutionary changes to simplify and improve administration. Privileges based on birth were removed as per the Napoleonic Code of 1804. Privileges based on the birth were removed. Everyone was treated equally. Everybody was at par as per the law, ending feudal system. Right to property. It secured the right to property for citizens. The citizens were rendered with the right to property. There, there was also boosting economic confidence. So, boosting of economic confidence also transpired. Administrative simplification. Napoleon simplified administrative divisions, making it easier to manage territories. Abolition of feudal dues. Peasants were freed from serfdom and manorial dues. Tax paid to landlords. The fifth point is uniform system of weights and measures, standardized weights and measures, and a common national currency was introduced, which made the movement and exchange of goods much smoother. The key points are like this. Based on the privileges, based on the birth, the privileges were removed. They had right to property. Apart from that, there were administrative divisions. It was easy to manage territories. The peasants did not have to pay serfdom and manorial dues. They were exempted from paying taxes. Apart from that, there was unified system of weights and measures. There was standardized weights. There were standardized weights and measures, as well as common national currency were introduced. They came into being. Now let us discuss the answer of B part. What is the answer of B part? Let us have a look at it. I hope you have understood the answer of 30th A. The answer of 30th B is as follows. Let me read the question first. How was liberalism allied to national unity in Europe in the early decades of the 19th century? Analyze. This is a very important question. There will certainly be a question pertaining to liberalism. The answer is as follows. In the 19th century, liberalism and national unity went hand in hand. They were like two sides of the same coin. They went hand in hand in political and economic spheres. Political freedom. Liberalism stood for individual freedom, equality before law, and the concept of government by consent. So, liberalism favored individual freedom as well as equality before law. The government was formed as per the consent of the people. End of autocracy. It demanded that there should be an end, there should be termination of monarchy. Monarchy should not prevail. Monarchy means when the king or the queen rules, there should not be any monarchy or clerical privileges. There should be a constitution and a representative government. The government should be formed by the citizens. Economic freedom. Liberals, the people supporting liberalization or liberalism, believed that there should be freedom of markets and abolition of state imposed restrictions of movement of goods and capital. So the liberals vehemently believed that there must be freedom or liberty of markets, and all types of restrictions, state imposed restrictions on the goods and capitals must be abolished once and for all. There was creation of Zollverein in 1834. Be thorough with the dates. When you learn the dates, make sure that you learn the dates accurately. You write down the dates. If you write the wrong dates, you're likely to lose half a mark probably. Be very careful with the dates. In 1834, a custom union called Zollverein was formed. It abolished tariff barriers and reduced the number of currencies. So when Zollverein was introduced, it completely abolished tariff barriers and reduced the number of currencies over 30 to 2. So the number of currencies were diminished from 30 to 2, building the German states economically. Creation of national identity, economic unification, and demand for a free market strengthened border nationalist sentiments among the middle class. Now, liberalism gave excessive amount of significance to the middle class. There was economic unification and demand for free market. It strengthened or fortified national sentiments among the people of the middle class. Can we discuss the 31st question? Okay, now the 31st question is with regard to economics. The first question was pertaining to history. The 31st question is pertaining to economics. Manufacturing industries are considered the backbone of the economic development of a country. Justify the statement. Okay, so in this question also you are supposed to write at least 4 or 5 points. Manufacturing industries are considered the backbone of the economic development of a country. Justify the statement. Manufacturing industries form the foundation of economic growth for the following reasons. Modernization of agriculture. They provide modern tools, tractors, and fertilizers. So, when there is modernization of agriculture, different types of modern tools, tractors, fertilizers for the crops will be provided, and there will be reduction of heavy dependence on people on agricultural income. So there will not be too much of dependence on the individuals on agricultural income. Eradication of poverty and unemployment by creating jobs. Now, as per this concept, there should be more jobs in the secondary as well as tertiary sectors. Industries help reduce poverty and unemployment. The third point is export and foreign exchange. Exporting manufactured goods expand trade and commerce, bringing in valuable foreign currency. According to this point, there should be export of goods that have been already manufactured. It would greatly help in expanding trade and commerce. Trade means to buy and sell goods. It will also help in bringing valuable foreign currency, and there should be value addition. Manufacturing transforms or changes raw materials into high value finished goods, increasing national wealth. When you manufacture something from raw materials to finished goods, it can also enhance the wealth of the whole nation. The fifth point is setting up industries in tribal and backward areas. It is very imperative to set up various industries in tribal and backward areas. It can greatly help in regional disparities and promotes equality. I hope I made myself clear. There is an option in the 31st question. The question of Part B is as follows: agriculture and industries complement each other, justify the statement. If you look at the questions of section D, you will realize that there are two options in every question. You have to attempt the question that you're very much well versed with. Okay? I request you not to leave any answer. You have to attempt all the questions. You're not supposed to leave any questions just because you don't know the answer. You have to attempt something. Agriculture and industries complement each other, justify the statement. Agriculture and industry are not exclusive, they move hand in hand. They are very imperative, they're very significant. Raw materials for industry. Agriculture provides vital raw materials to agro waste industries like cotton, textile, sugar, and jute. Agriculture plays a significant role because it gives raw materials like cotton to make clothes, sugar, and jute. Market for industrial products. Farmers depend on industries for inputs like PVC pipes, tractors, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and electrical pumps. The next point is increased agricultural productivity. Industrial machinery and tools have made agricultural processes faster, increasing total crop yield. Value to farming. Industrial processing converts perishable or goods that are likely to get damaged or finished from crops, farm crops, from farm crops into packed shelf stable goods like, see, the perishable farm crops can be converted to, just a minute, yeah, can be packed into shelf stable goods like potato chips or fruit juices, boosting farming value. So the farmers can convert farm crops into packed goods. It can help them to enhance their farming value. Support to services together. They can drive transport, they can greatly drive transport, trade, and commercial networks of the economy. Now, the third question is, sorry, it's not the third question. The 30, it is the third question of second D. However, it is the 32nd question. The question of part A is like this: explain any five bases for accessing the outcomes of democracy. And the question of part B is as follows: explain any five values of democracy. So let us explain the 32nd question, part A. Let us explain the five bases for accessing the outcomes of democracy. Democracy can be evaluated or elucidated on the basis of how it addresses the five areas. Democracy must be accountable, responsible, or legitimate government. It should ensure regular and free elections where the citizens can hold leaders answerable. There should be regular, free, and fair elections where the citizens are held answerable. Economic growth. It is accessed by how well it managed the economic development through historical growth rates between different regimes. Now, it access it assessed or it is evaluated by how economic development is managed through historical growth rate. The historical growth rate of different regimes or rules are taken into consideration. Reduction of equality and poverty. A good democracy is expected. A good democracy will bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. So the rich people will not be so rich and the poor people will not be excessively poor. The wealth should be distributed evenly among all the citizens. Accommodation of social diversity. It must provide peaceful mechanism to resolve conflicts. There should be peace among the people. The conflicts or the fights should be resolved, and respect different religious, linguistic, and cultural groups. Dignity and freedom of citizens. It must protect individual rights, particularly championing the dignity of women, Dalits, and marginalized communities. Ex- Now I'm going to discuss section B. Explain any five values of democracy. Democracy is when the government is chosen by the people. It is built on human values. First of all, equality. Equality means that all the citizens, irrespective of their caste, gender, or religion, have equal rights. Every citizen has equal rights and equal value for their vote. Liberty and freedom. Liberty itself means freedom. Liberty means freedom without constraints. So it protects the fundamental rights like freedom of speech, expression, and freedom to follow any religion. Justice. It operates on rule of law, ensuring legal remedies. So it is based on rule of law. It provides legal remedies and justice. Tolerance and inclusion. This encourages respecting different viewpoints and peacefully accommodating the minority opinions. Even the minority groups have their own say. They also have a say in a democracy. Human dignity by recognizing individuals as citizens rather than subjects. It boosts the self respect and dignity of every individual. Self respect plays a vital role in democracy. Human dignity is very significant. Then let us discuss the 33rd question. It is the very last question. There are two parts in this question. Can we discuss? Recent evidence suggests that overuse of groundwater. These questions are with regard to geography. Recent evidence suggests that overuse of groundwater is becoming serious threat in many countries. Evaluate the statement in context of sustainability of development. Overusing groundwater. If you use groundwater excessively, it can be a threat. It can be a challenge to sustaining future development. Depletion of natural capital. Groundwater is a natural resource. It is a renewable resource. It can be renewed. It can be brought again. If we pump out more than what rainwater replenish, we can deplete the reserve permanently. So there will be depletion of natural capital, threat to food security. Agriculture completely depends on groundwater. Falling water tables threaten crop production and national food security. So, overusing water can leave the future generation with water scarcity. If you overuse water, there will be shortage of water, violating the principle of sustainable development. Sustainable development means to save resources for the future generation. When you use water, then there will hardly be any water left for the future generation. Then comes ecological crisis. Drying of aquifers damages the local ecosystem, soil, and wetlands, leading to severe environmental degradation. So, aquifers and local economic system and wetlands can cause environmental degradation. Dwindling resources. Dwindling means reduction of resources, triggers rising social economic conflicts between states, cities, and rural farmers over water sharing. The development of goals of different categories of people may differ. Evaluate the statement. What constitutes development for one person may not be the same. So, whatever that contributes development for one individual may not be similar to the other because of life situations, different needs. A landless rural laborer seeks daily worker and better wages, while a prosperous farmer, there is a huge difference between a landless rural labor and a prosperous or wealthy farmer from Punjab. A prosperous farmer from Punjab wants high crop prices and cheap labor. Conflicting goals. An industrialist might want large dam built to generate cheap electricity but displaces local Adivasis or tribals and submerges their land. Some industrialists are very self centered. They want to build large dams, but they want to drive away the local tribal people from their lands. They want to generate electricity at cheaper price. It is totally unjust. Gender perspective, an urban girl or a city girl might look for as much as freedom and opportunity as her brother, whereas her family might prioritize traditional expectation. So, a city girl may want to have equal opportunities as her brother, but her family has some other expectations for her. Varying aspirations, an unemployed youth views developing a securing stable job. An unemployed youth or a youth without a job wants a stable job, whereas a wealthy corporate worker wants a better lifestyle, he wants to have better infrastructure. So therefore development is subjective. What what is development for one individual may not be development for the other. Sometimes it can be destructive for the other. So I hope you have understood what I have explained. I have explained all the answers of section D clearly. These are the answers of previous year's question paper set 1. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video. I'll explain the answers of some other question paper. Hopefully I'll explain the answers of set 2 in the next class. Thank you.